Hi guys, 1 second. Move my photos. Okay. Hi. Sorry, yes, I was gonna go on last night and we were watching a game and it really watching the injury was just too awful. I couldn't snap out of it. Hi, my mods. Hello, hello. Hi, Nancy. Yes, I do have wonderful mods in here, right? Let's see who is in here. Where are they? Who do we have? Hello, Patriots and Light. Nancy, Kathy, Mary, Butterfly Spy. I love that name. Simple Girl from the Valley. What valley are you from? Hi y'all. G.H. White, Rumple Long here. Welcome in, you guys. Yep. I love when you all show up. We have, hi Rumple Long here. Hi videos. We have a really, really wonderful PDF to go over. And since I've missed a couple days, I kept adding and changing and adding and changing. So much information. I'm going to just first of all, let me put a little picture up here of a summer moon. There we go. I'm going to first of all, thanks, I missed you all, say that I feel very uncomfortable, spiritually speaking, and on an intuitive level. Oh, you changed it. I like Butterfly Spa. Hi, NW Love. I'm kind of like really uncomfortable with what's happening with the Idaho 4. I don't know why. Oh, thank you for that super sticker. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. No, I didn't show up here. Let's see, let me open this up. Thank you so much for that. It's really, really sweet. I don't know why I'm, let me turn this volume off because I know it's going to go blasting. Oh, it isn't. I don't know why I feel this uncomfortable feeling with the Idaho 4 murders and the investigation. It does not feel settling. It feels very unsettling, like something is not in its place, and I have this strange feeling that Brian was DNA was there because I feel like he went there, maybe had a one-night stand with someone or something. I have a really weird, almost like a stomach ache feeling, like whoever did this is so far from getting caught that it's like not going to make a difference. I can't explain it. Like, I feel like my head's shaking and like my hand is being like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand. That's how I feel. So I've been putting some thought into it and trying really hard to get spiritual information. I have to be honest. It's really, really been tough to pull information directly from that group. There's a lot of cover-up layers, more so than like Summer Moon Wells was totally open. And the smaller children are more open because I feel as if their youth and their ignorance towards the whole thing keeps them open to speaking. Yeah, it's bugging me. Oh, welcome as a member. Thank you. Thank you. It's very unsettling. So like when I pulled this stuff together, oh yeah, I see that. You got the little member thing next to you. Thank you. Yeah, I've got Sassafras, Butterfly Spy. Yeah, I've got, oh my God, you guys, thank you so much. So yeah, there's, the guy seems a little cocky. Like I haven't seen or heard him speak, but I could obviously spiritually do it. Like he's playing his cards right now. So that's how I feel. So everything I do and say here falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This is all allegedly, and it's for entertainment purposes. There's nothing I do say or whatever I show you has not been proved as true or false. So I'm going to show you what I have tonight, and this little Summer Moon Wells and her story and her elements, you guys are so strong and really fit into the Idaho 4 stories, Kylie's story, and it's being completely ignored, where it's getting uncomfortable for some people there. Like I feel like it's not the authorities, there are people that are starting to feel uncomfortable with others questioning what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like people that are watching YouTube channels, they're now starting to question the stories that they're listening to. And I think they're starting to question the creators that are putting things out there, not questioning them because they're doing something wrong, but questioning them just because they're curious, right? The elements that I've been showing since Summer Moon Wells are continuing. What I'm going to show you today is really, really, really strong information. I'm going to be going over this element right here again, because this is one of the strongest elements. The piece that sits here next to the fake milk jug, I'm going to be going over as well. I'm going to show you how these appear. And what's very important for me to point out today is how all of this is going to appear as well. I went to all those little heads in the back, right there. All of the elements that you see here in this photo, I'm going to be matching up to the Vigils, Summer Moon Wells, and then going back to the prayer circles. You're not going to believe what is in there. It is crazy. For those of you I know that are new, not everyone was here in the beginning of the Summer Moon Wells missing children's case, right? I have the information that's going to help you understand what's going on, especially when I use the word elements. So before I get started, I want you to listen to, I pulled some, let's see this one. I pulled some voice interviews, just very small snippets of them, for people to hear what Don Wells sounded like in the beginning. I pulled them from J is for Justice video with the sound, because I feel as if she did one of the best jobs. Her information, if you really want to go back and look at Summer Moon Wells' case in like a logical format, like I've got great videos, but they're not as organized as Jays for Justice did a great job. So I find that her videos, for some reason, give me what I'm looking for. That's super easy. So listen to this.
It's never expected for anyone to get hold of my heart like she has, because I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands. I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything to have her back.
Now listen very carefully to Don's words.
If there's any way you can find it in your heart to please release her somehow. I don't know how you might do that. I mean, you're probably scared of going to prison for the rest of your life and everything else, I'm sure. But please find it in your heart, have mercy, and find a way of letting her go where we can get her back. And just please have mercy on her and, and us and her brothers. And she's such a loving, good spirit. Please don't hurt her. Please let her come home. My biggest fear is, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or something. Because she loved to be outside all the time. That was her. Unfortunately, her downfall is a lot of times the boys would be inside and we'd be like, "Where's Summer? Why'd you leave her out there alone? Go get Summer now." And that's happened over and over again. And we'd come out and she would always be close by, but we was always coming up. She had to be outside. She was an outdoor person. And she
wanted to be outside.
And I'm so afraid that she's locked away. She's such a loving heart and everything.
I know I'm stopping it, but I want you to recognize, I'm going to go back a little bit. Two things. One, when he said she's always coming up, and then he switches. To me, what he's saying is she's always coming up from under, like down under. And then he speaks like, let her outside, as if he knows she's still alive. He uses those words, and listen to how he's phrasing it. I'm going to go back a little bit.
There is, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or something, because she loved to be outside all the time. That was her. Unfortunately, her downfall is a lot of times the boys would be inside and we'd be like, "Where's Summer? Why'd you leave her out there alone? Go get Summer now." And that's happened over and over again. And we'd come out and she would always be close by, but we was always coming up. She had to be outside. She was an outdoor person. And she
wanted to be outside.
And I'm so afraid that she's locked away. She's such a loving heart and everything, and I'm afraid that she won't be able to, locked away where she can't be outside or with a puppy or anything, love nature, and that's my greatest fear, that she's not able to need these things anymore, or that she could possibly, you know, I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just want to focus on the positive because it's so easy to get, you know, lost in that negativity and stuff, and it's just not worth it. So I'm just, I appreciate y'all for the good things you say, and
It's the way he says that's his biggest fear is that she's going to be locked inside. And then Candace really tries to butt in. I don't know what those screams are in the background. I haven't really played this slow, but I just noticed that for the first time, to tell you the truth. What did I put on this one? Listen to this one.
well, she looked up to women that were.
She come to that church, she went looking for Robin. That was her favorite person.
Any woman that was professional, that
pretty,
yeah,
beautiful.
She looked up to those kind of women. She, you know, they were the word I'm looking for. I can't think of it, but she looked up to them.
Topics and
so that to me was so bizarre. I have a lot of these voiceovers, in many of which he speaks like I don't care. Jays for Justice does great interviews. She was one who was able to get all these interviews, and the ones that she does really speaks about what he thinks about the resurrection. And they're very interesting to listen to. Wait, let me see if this is it. No, that isn't. They're very interesting to listen to, as now it's over a year and a half, because it gives an amazing insight to, wait, let me close this out, where his mind was, and he would speak without really kind of thinking about it. And he's like, oh, I don't care if she's dead because I'm going to see her in the resurrection anyways. The things that he discusses are really something that the authorities, I'm sure, maybe are listening to, maybe are not listening to. I don't know. But it definitely gives an understanding of where their brains were when she was taken. And a lot of people that are new to listening, a lot of people that are new don't know those little tidbits, and it's super important. Back in the beginning on June 15th, and I bring up the guy from Walgreens all the time, his face still looks familiar to me. And they said that this guy held up a photo at this specific Walgreens on June 15th, the day that Summer went missing. I kept that photo really because it's something I was told, just keep the photo. And I didn't know why, because I didn't see anything within the photo until months later. I'm like, where is that photo? And the photo that he has in his hand is the photo that I took and turned it sideways. Right here to the right-hand side is what that photo looks like turned sideways. The photo that's in the corner of the one on the left-hand side that has the green face on it and is holding that phone comes, I put it on there because in what I saw is that the house within his photo matched the house and the rooftop as if it was the same house. Now, when I look back a year and a half later, I see it because the photo to the right are going to be photos I'm showing you tonight. The photo to the left has the green face on the phone, and today's presentation really focuses on these telephones. The little teeny house that you see in the left-hand corner winds up being a major element. That little house is what holds these little bony heads, whatever they do. Let me crop it. Let me crop this so you see it, because I don't know how big it is on your screens. This here came from the Appalachian Fairground. That house with that phone and the green face and the finger and the heart is pretty much identical to what I'm showing you a year and a half later, to many of the photos of houses like that have like summer moon wells in it, or have like any kind of an image that proves to be inside these little houses. Like, let me see if I could just plop one up here for my presentation. Sorry, obviously my husband's watching TV a little too loud. Let's see. Let's see this one. These aren't really, it's not going to make sense. Let's see if KIELYRODNI has one. You could probably see one in one of these photos that I have of Kylie, and it's a photo that has hundreds and hundreds of pictures within one photo. I could find that little house within here somewhere, I'm sure, because it just always shows up. Okay, so if I turn it, I believe it's right here. So it's a very important piece of the puzzle. The little green face is an important piece of the puzzle. This is going back to day one. It goes back to day one. And these phones and these green faces have everything to do with what I'm discussing today. So the story, my point here with these first few photos is to explain that the story has been told. The story's been told. So right here, this is, I'm now again, it's not about the people, it's about the elements. It's always about the elements, right? So the elements within Adventures with Purpose are very big. But it has nothing to do with them. It never has to do with the creator when I show information. So here, Adventures with Purpose, people could put this stuff in his videos. We don't know. So when I pull elements, it's only about the elements. It's not about the people that show it, okay? So here, these elements that are shown on the boat continue. And these elements have been shown since Summer Moon Wells showed up in one of those cylinders with Tim Mullen. To the right, that comes from KIELYRODNI's video. What's above her is the same element or elements that have been shown throughout Summer Moon Wells. And then when I was introduced to watching first the fisherman stuff and then Adventures with Purpose. So again, it's the elements. Let me crap it. It's not about Adventures with Purpose. But what this is about is these little cylinders carry through the elements perfectly. Those have heads in them. Okay? Not only that, up top you see the raccoon face and two other faces. That raccoon face shows up throughout Summer Moon Wells' videos. Summer Moon Wells winds up with a raccoon face at the end of her, what can I say, the end of her sacrifice. Wait, hold on, I can't turn it down. Freaking God. Men. Let me find Summer. Most people have seen the raccoon face. Maybe it's in, maybe important summer photos. Oh, funny. Let's see. The raccoon face, raccoon face. Let's see. I may have moved it, I don't know. But that raccoon face, there's no reason. Here it is. There is no reason that this raccoon face should be matching anything of Summer Moon's. But the thing is, the information all matches. So when I go back and show this kind of information and it consistently matches, that's how I come up with my so-called elements, right? That's how I come up with the elements. And it's not about the people. Just like when I mention particular other channels, it's not about them. It's not my business. It's not my job to find out who, that's for the authorities to figure out. That's what the law does. That's what the law does. But this here is on the boat, and these carry through Summer Moon Wells. So there are a lot of people here that are new, and it's important for me that you recognize this. That the faces here show up. See what's going on here? It's the sacrifice. This shit is the sacrifice. This is what they use. And this here is what's on, exactly what's on top of KIELYRODNI's photo. This here, and it's not being discussed. See these little animals? Let me see. I think I have to. No, I won't have to flip it. The little animals here match 100% KIELYRODNI's cylinders, and no one is talking about it. There's the animals on their boat, and here are the animals with Kylie. They're the same thing. There's no difference. You know why? Because they're the same element. They're the same element, you guys. Sorry that I have a a red line through it, but I do have others that aren't red line. Here, I'm going to turn it so you see how they actually match perfectly. So for me to keep showing this shit, I'm going to keep doing it. Because this is what it's showing. These are cylinders. Okay? That show up everywhere. Wherever there is a sacrifice, the cylinders show up, and it doesn't matter whose channel. I don't talk about that. I'll bring up names. Hell, I'm going to be bringing up Benny's a lot tonight. Holy shit. But guess what? Got nothing to do with him. You know why? Because there's a lot of different Bennys. We don't know who he is. You don't know who's in these videos. It's Benny's face, but it's the Benny that we know of. But it's not the Benny. So here, turn this one upside down. This is Summer Moon. This is her cylinder. So this is how I do it here. And how is it that I find these hilarious freaking, elements? I truthfully could tell you that my spirit guides send me to it. We don't know which Benny. I would like to meet the better looking Benny. No offense. There's a good looking Benny somewhere in there, you guys. This is what it is. And the fisherman shit that's behind Summer Moon matches as well. It matches as well. So this is stuff that I have had for over a year. The only other thing I want to show you before I get into really the newer things is Michael Vaughan's. Michael Vaughan's information also is extremely strong information. Michael Vaughan's information matches today's information. This comes from, I want to say, his grandfather's page, Bob Vaughan. Now, Bob Vaughan's information happens to be the same kind of information that I am gathering throughout all the cases. There are a few things that when I mention them because they are permanent pieces of elements that I have been told need to stay. The cars in today's videos, and all of them, all run on a track. Now, people aren't going to notice this track unless they know to look. There's no reason this should be on a track in the backyard, but understand, what is the deep fake is the backyard. This is retelling the story of the Summer Moon Wells missing children, which includes Michael Vaughan. When I show these trucks, whatever, the wheels and shit, I actually have a presentation. It's just called Tires. I haven't gone over it yet. They're all on a track like this. And they make no sense. The tires, the only thing that makes sense is the tire is used. The tires are used. They're not on, these are not full cars. They're half fake fucking cars that they're building. And the cars or the tires is what's holding the elements. So the fact being that this is in his backyard, right? Within the same moments, that same truck is in the house. Okay? And it is now on wood pieces, which I believe wood pieces are over wherever they are underground. These wood pieces here are no different than what he shows on his driveway. It's part of the story. There's a little kid's hand that is wrapped not only just around the wood, but you see this little piece here. This is an element that Harmony Montgomery's mom has growing on her wood tree. I see things like that because I've been looking at them. You see the tire print, like this is another thing, is the tire print. See this door here? It's not a door, it's wood. It tells the story. And for some reason, this isn't being really looked at by the authorities. Because what you see here in this truck, now let me tell you something. KIELYRODNI has a truck. Summer Moon Wells has a truck. Harmony Quinton had a truck. Just like this. It's not a truck. It is telling you the child is coming up, just like Don said. Summer was coming out. It was coming up. And these are ways, I'm telling you guys, for transportation. Transportation. That's what it is. And this is stuff that I have been showing since the beginning. Michael Vaughan was right there at Summer Moon. They were two of the very, very first stories. They're elements that I have within all of the cases are solid. They are so solid. Here's the black truck, which is telling the story. Okay? Somewhere in here, helps tell the story. And the elements don't change. They don't change. All I keep doing is showing the elements over and over and over. If they would only pay attention to the details of the car details change. What has changed here, I will show you because I know my elements. I'm going to be able to show you. Right here. First of all, obviously it's against a doorway, right? We don't know what's behind this doorway, right? That doorway. But the element on the card that consistently changes is this. Is the box. Right here. This is the box. It's sitting in the car. Right here. See this maroon box? This is always in the back of the car. That maroon box is the same maroon box that's sitting behind Summer. It doesn't change, you guys. These are the same. They're the same. It's what it is. And it's not being looked at and it's not being acknowledged. And these pieces are not difficult because I'm pointing them out. You know, I'm pointing them out. It's not like they have to go through the guessing game. I have 530 videos that show information all about this. It shows total information on why they should look at this shit. Why is it that this picture here matches Serenity McKinney? You could basically put this in her house with the toy, the fireplace. There's the green truck, the red truck, the blue truck. Yeah, do kids have the same toys? But when kids have the same information that they're all matching, what's going on? Long gone. Whoa, tell Lori. Did I miss something big? Who's he? Who's he? I'm so curious. Who removed their stuff? First time. Long gone, who removed their stuff? I have everything downloaded. The other thing to recognize here by the truck is this wood frame. This wood frame is actually going to come up in today's presentation. Oh, you mean AB from a while ago? I have all of his videos. Yeah. AB, it's funny because I thought of AB because that's the name of the company in Dominican Republic. This is a skeleton. This is a skeleton that is hanging and connected to the front of Michael Vaughan's grandfather's car. This skeleton, you guys, is right here on the front of his car. Now, this isn't coincidental. See? It's a skeleton. That's coming, it's not on the ground. It's coming out from underneath the front of his bumper. It's not on the ground. You see? See? It's not on the ground. It's upside down. There's like two skeletons. Do you understand that this is Michael Vaughan's grandfather? Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think he's been checked out. I very much doubt that that has been looked at. The other piece of element that cannot be forgotten, and I show it all the time, I am going back, on the right-hand side is going back to one of the very first prayer circles. The photos to the left, I believe, are Summer Moon Wells' wood pieces that are her trophies. I believe those are actually summer moons. The reason I believe they're actually summer moons is because where I got them from, which is not important. It's only important if the authorities want to know. I'm not gonna, if you guys know, but I don't think it's fair to make any station a focal point. But I believe this is Summer Moon Wells, and these are her remnants, her trophies, that then wound up on Don Wells's property. This is the piece of wood. To the right, I'm going to show you how the Wells prayer circles and vigils give the information and set the tone for all the other cases I'm working on. Everything that is in these videos matches whatever has come out of my mouth as far as missing, murdered cases. They are using some particular equipment piece to create this illusion as if you're standing in the park, but you're not. My video I did a couple days ago is a really good one to watch. I will go over a little bit of it, but it shows how they use, and the fake phones, they need to hold them up to do this because you have to line it up perfectly. Many of you probably have not seen this one. I'm reviewing a few things before I get into the meat and potatoes. This here is a small tractor. They somehow get things in the water and back out of the water. This is the tractor that I got from the fisherman. And I wanted to show you how the elements on here on this tractor are all the elements that is used within these sacrifices. Every element is on this tractor. Every element is on this tractor. This tractor holds, let me point it out. This tractor holds the A, the metal A that I talk about. It holds the box with the A. It holds the green face right here. It holds the maroon boxes behind here. It holds the white pieces that with the hearts and all the pieces that wind up in the water right here. And they keep this shit. Whatever they do with it hangs here. And this piece up here on his head, let me show you. This is a person. This here, let me show you a comparison of what that is. Wait. I have it here somewhere where I'm going to show you how a person like that looks. Let's see. Use that one. Wow, I have a couple of them. Let me see. That person. Let me see. Wait. Let's see if this matches. Yeah, I could use that one. I'm just seeing which one I should use, the best one, to show you how this shit matches. Okay. What you see here, this person who came on is attached, is like this person. This person here, it's on wheels, is the same as this. It's the same thing, you guys. You see this? These are real. This here, it's on a wheel. This is a wheel inside of a wheel. This here is the maroon box that's stuck into a big wheel. The same as this. It all comes from the cases I'm working on. You see, just like I showed you how Kylie was sitting on top of a tire. She was sitting on a tire coming out of the house. Remember I showed you guys that a couple days ago? That's that. I have a page on this. Just like this person here, it's not the best photo to show, but at least I have it here. This here, KIELYRODNI was doing the same thing, and so were the whole four. They're on the wheel, which is That maroon thing is the little wheel, and it somehow gets stuck in there. And that's how they transport them. Just like this, you guys. It gets placed as part of the goddamn car. It's part of the car, and that's how they transport them. It's all the same, though. That is what this is. So my elements are getting clearer and clearer to those who have been watching. And even if you haven't, that's okay. The little thing that's on that tire basically is the same thing that's behind Check a TV with the blonde wig, KIELYRODNI, and that girl who shows up here with Kylie, on the boat with Bob Vaughn, and in the backyard with on the Wells property. It's right here. In black and white, it's right there. It's right there. And there, look at Check a TV. I know that's Check a TV. Look at his face with the blonde wig. This is where it gets interesting, because this here, I'm bringing you guys back to the videos of Kylie, Summer Moon Wells' first prayer circle. Her first prayer circle is the one that Tim Mullen said he went to. Benny said he wasn't there. All this stuff is completely fake. What they do, and I'm going to try to explain to those that are new, it's called a deep fake. So somewhere they need to tell their story of how they sacrificed these kids. And how they tell it is they put it out there and they create a deep fake over the truth. So let's say the deep fake is, here I'll point it out. The deep fake would be, copy. The deep fake that would be put over the truth is somewhere in here, because you don't have three faces in one face. Okay? So this is supposed to be a Tim Mullen. It's not Tim Mullen. The truth is it's not. So you could tell that the deep fake is actually Tim Mullen, which in essence is maybe he really wasn't here, and that's where the confusion was. Like, they made it look like he was there, but this looks more like a Benny to me. Like, that's not even Tim Mullen anymore. So those are the things, right? Those are the things that I point out. So this is what's happening to the photos. All of a sudden, you have two people dressed as Candace. That's the photos that are coming through their video. The whole thing is wrong. It's showing different people that are familiar to us now that we're a year and a half into it. So, for instance, this picture here, it's not as if they doubled up and I have a picture that is double exposed. This is one photo. That is not two Candaces. But you could see the elements are here, that whatever and whoever did this and placed it in there, whoever placed it in there is the guilty party. And what I'm saying is the elements in Summer Moon Wells match even the Idaho 4, because all of them have this element, the A. And that A is on a box with a head. That is all I look at. I don't look at all the noise anymore. You see this here tells me that this story is just like the Idaho 4, that no one wants to recognize that the elements are the same. So all that noise that you guys are looking at, that if you're new, don't look at it. We don't care if someone's face looks like Benny. We don't care. It doesn't matter. And when I tell you it doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter. It's not our problem to figure out. Right? So when you see something like this, with the A in the face, that's all you have to pay attention to, because the only thing you need to know is that the elements are consistent throughout all of these sacrifices. This here comes from the video of the Idaho 4. Okay? This here is an A on the top, so if I were to flip it around, you will see the telephone, you will see the A, you will see the box, you'll see it all. This is from that weirdo who called in to talk about the Idaho 4 murder. This is no different from what you're looking at. And no one talks about it. I don't care who the person is in there. That's for the authorities to figure out. Even if I were to turn it around the other way, it matches. Watch. Because here the white A is hanging from the top. So let's say it goes this way. Either way it matches, see? It's the same person doing this. And it's not all about that guy Brian that they arrested. This is that. And this, I believe, whoever is in this video, not the video of Candace's vigil, whoever is in this video, I believe is the killer. I believe is the killer. I do. Because their elements are way too sophisticated. And his voice, whoever's voice that is the killer. That's all I know. And I'm coming just through spirit. Like, I cannot explain to you how I don't understand how this isn't being discussed. The group that you hear in the video, that amazing, whatever her, I keep forgetting her name. Pie Louie? Sweetie Pie Louie? Oh, her video is great, and it's the voice. It's the voice that it talks about when they talk about the sentence of like how organized they left. Like he says something about how they left it organized and clean, and how one of the bodies was placed evenly or perfectly on top of the other. I'm like, sweetie pie low. Okay, so I highly suggest to go to her station. And I like her a lot. And listen to this video that she has. The whole thing. The video, the actual video part, is showing to me the killer. That's all I freaking know. And it all matches SUMMERWELLS' missing children, you see. You see? You tell the truth and the truth shines through. So to the person who is doing that, you're not going to fool me. You can't, because you can't fool the angel and think that the devil's voice is going to rise above. You work with the same source that I work with. And because we work with the same source, even though I use it for good, it comes from the same place. And you can't outrun it. So, time is coming. It's coming, even though the children feel that it's very late and they've waited a long time. But the harder they push, the stronger I feel the presence of the same elements. And I now understand why all the elements were shown up front for the first year and a half, because they're not as strong as they used to be. They're not. And that's because, according to Summer, Don Wells did not come forth for his daughter, and he will not be seeing his daughter. He has missed that opportunity, and it's gone. But I already have the elements in place. They do shit like this to the pictures, which I don't give a hoot about, because it doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is I know my elements, and the elements are the only things that have to shine through your dumbass fucking photos. And these are your dumbass fucking photos that you think is going to create confusion. Not anymore, because I was shown the elements to show everybody, watch what happens to this photo. And that's because we know what to look for. You guys have fucked up. It's like the game's over. All that we're waiting for is for someone in the media, someone in the authorities, it will be like, I don't understand how this has been ignored. This is a story that's being told through spirit. I'm not telling it. I'm not the one who shows the elements. I just hear the elements and I go grab them. That's what I do. And I listen. I listen. There isn't one photo that you, the people that are trying to create the confusion, can put up to throw me off. Nothing. Nothing. Because my spirits will only show me the information now that is needed. All this other shit that's going on in this picture, we don't care about. All I'm looking for and waiting to be shown are the elements that match KIELYRODNI, Quentin Simon, Michael Vaughn, Harmony Montgomery, Serenity McKinney, the Watts kids, the Vallow kids, Jesus Christ, the Idaho 4. That's all. And let me tell you something. Every one of those will line up perfectly with the exact element across the board. Because you guys do it that way. It's your cookie cutter. It's your cookie cutter. And you really thought that no one would notice. It's not that no one has noticed. Spirits are too strong not to. You guys have created a world up there that is pissed off because they asked you to stop. And you didn't. You have created a combustion. And whatever that looks like is soon to be shown. It's not my combustion. I'm not sending children over there to do what you're doing. It's your combustion. You're going to combust. You're creating the worlds to combust. Because you haven't found a better way. Those aren't my words. I don't give a fuck if your world combusts. I care about the children that don't want it to. So when I say, look here, bitch, I could take that and line it up across the board all the way down to the Vallow kids. You have a problem. And the problem will come when someone decides to cover the story. And they see all these little pieces flying around Benet Ramsey's case. They'll be like, why didn't we see it before? Because it didn't show. It's showing now because your world is combusting really bad. Bad. You can't stop it. You created this. And no one is looking at this as weird, crazy confusion. Not anymore. Not anymore. This is what you created. Because the true person, the Candace, is in the front. I don't know who's in the middle. And there's Summer. Summer is the one that's in the basket in the middle. Now, she's right there. Summer is right in the middle. She has shown herself, and every one of the other people that have been sacrificed, including the Idaho 4, can be found in these same baskets. Right here. You didn't hide her well enough. And she's too strong of a spirit for you guys to hold back. Don Wells has created one pissed off little girl. You could tell that this is her. You could see the pole that's going through her, just like the other photos that I have of Little Summer Moon. That pole right there is the same pole that you see in the other pictures of Summer Moon. Oh, thank you for that super chat, Butterfly Spa. LW, thank you. See? It's summer. And she is in her basket. Just like KIELYRODNI. Baskets are basically like this. It's never changed, you guys. Day number 1, what I'm telling you, is when Tim Mullen showed this stupid ass photo. I'm like, this is going to be one important photo. Don't know yet exactly what it's supposed to be, but all I know is there's a skeleton inside the goddamn bell. And this little skeleton has carried through. This here that is in the middle of Kingsport represents Summer Moon Wells in her basket. You see? You weren't too clever putting this shit together. She has the bar. You have the bar. The bar's right there. See the bars, you guys? Those are the bars that you see. That's KIELYRODNI in her basket. On the bottom. This is KIELYRODNI in her basket with the bars. And those other pictures just actually show real photos. That's these are from all the same creators I get information from. So these crazy photos that they want you guys to look at and think that you don't know what you're looking at, and they want you to think that your mind is going cuckoo, guess what? It's not. Because if in fact the guy who's in custody, now it's the police that are going to have to figure this out. They're the ones that should be looking at these men's faces in the background to see if they're a match. These people just didn't think anything was going to happen. But these photos, you guys, they tell the same story. They're telling the same story. She's not holding a violin. This child is holding her A. She's holding her A. That's what she's holding. That's what she's holding. If everyone could recognize the elements, then they will see what they're holding and what's going on. This here, let me turn it the right way. This here is what she's holding. This. And the video from the Idaho 4, the photo I just showed you, is the same A that she is holding, that whoever did this frickin' video knows about. This is the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Once you know your elements, there's no getting away from it. You could only see the elements. You don't see the bullshit that they want you to see. You can't. Let me turn it the right way. Wait, this way. This way. Let me. Okay, now I got it. Okay. So KIELYRODNI is not holding a violin. She is holding this. See? This. You could see the key on it. You could see that she's like locked into it. See what's going on? That is this. It goes just like this. It's not a violin. This is from the Idaho 4, the video, the guy who plays the video as if he's at the murder scene. The video has everything. Everything that you see in here is what's on that video. Every element. Again, these are the photos from the prayer circle. Candace that's not Candace. Whoever this chick is, This is completely messed up by someone who is covering the story. So this is what shows up that they don't want you to see, is this. First of all, whoever that is, I don't know if it's Robin, is holding a little teeny little baby thing. The middle, I do believe whoever that adult is and whoever that man is did get sacrificed with Summer. And then this Benny Keys face shows up. And this middle one almost looks like Don, but it's that the faces all shift, you guys. And they put these people inside the elements of the story. So here I'm showing you something across the board. I'm showing you that each sacrifice has one of those poles with their name on it like that. The middle is supposed to be a picture Robin, but I don't think it's Robin. But what that is that little box with the head on it. And then what you see to the right is this, it symbolizes them going to the water. They're in their basket. I don't think that in Robin's face is over on the top, but what's under it isn't Robin. It's and this here is here. So like Summer Moon's whole entire grouping would look like this. Summer Moon has one of those pieces and it has her name on it. And then she winds up in one of those baskets. So this could be like a Summer Moon's pieces. So to the left over here is from the fisherman that I follow. And on top of this thing is that little person, is that thing. On top of this white thing is what Robin is holding. This to me has always been a piece of what I call trophy. So we have a piece like this that has her name on it, Summer Moon. And now what this is showing is this could be like pretty much representative of all summer. Because this piece that Robin is holding goes with this. That's what Robin has in her hand. And that's what goes on top of here. This is right here. Okay? This is in her arms. And this white piece that showed up with Benny, and well, I shouldn't say with Benny, but in Benny's video. This one says Finding Summer Moon in the middle. Okay? And that goes right there. So these are all summers. This says Finding Summer Moon. And this was found in Benny's video and at the parade with Robin and Candace. See? And this all goes in the water. And there's that smiley face that goes in the water. And these are trophies. These are trophies. I do not recognize who that woman is, you guys, and this is bugs me a bit. Let me change the coloring. This girl here was sacrificed. And this man with Summer. It's a new face. This is a grouping. Did it say Amy? I think that says Amy. Do you guys see that? Doesn't that say Amy? This is a grouping. But that girl has it. They put these fucking smiley faces on their heads, you guys. See the smiley face on her? Really bugs me. Either they're just trying to mimic and pretend that they're like the smiley face people where they're not, and they're just trying to be sneaky, or they are. Does that look familiar to anybody? That's someone that was sacrificed. This is someone. They put these on their faces. I'm just showing you these little teeny elements. Wait, that's the next page. That these little green faces here. I'm going to actually blow something up because it's so small. There's no way you could see this. Wait a minute. That I'm showing how you need to do a little work with when you're looking at something. So when you're looking at something, it's not just going to pop up and show you really clearly. You sort of have to refocus your eyes because you're not used to seeing things like this. So don't be hard on yourselves if it's hard to see it. It's hard to see when you've never seen it before. But like that little green face that's in the water, it's just like this. These are summer moon. That bottom piece is just like a head in a cylinder, right? And that's what this green piece is over here. A head in a cylinder, just like that. Now, again, the head in the cylinder is no different than what I'm showing you. Let me turn this. That KIELYRODNI was sitting with in Summer Moon. So here, I'm just going back just to review. That little head in the cylinder, this was on Kylie, is the same thing as I've been showing. It just looks a little different, but it's the same thing. It's a head in a cylinder. See? That looks like a little baby. It takes a little time. You know, trust me, I've been doing this for a year and a half, and my first so many months, I was flinging shit. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I didn't understand it at first. I didn't. And here's summer. Here's summer. These are all the same. Again, this is supposed to be summer's vigil or prayer circle. They're telling the story. So whoever is going to that prayer circle, I know that chubby guy there is holding a main element. The main element is this thing. Everyone that is here that has seen any of my lives knows that it's this thing. It's what it is. Let me turn it. There's the number 5. That's supposed to be summer, but what you see to the left, all the way to the left, comes from Check It TV. And now I could tell you that the little pieces of wood that have those things in them is the same thing that Check It TV is showing. And the one all the way to the right actually comes from the landscapers. And the one in the middle basically is showing that Summer Moon Wells has one too. It's all they're doing when they show this stuff. I just wanted to point out at the prayer vigil that lady's arm is like a fake arm or something. And that somehow Summer Moon Wells, just like KIELYRODNI, was at her own vigil. Because how I know that is that this situation that they're showing right here is summer. This is what they made her look like for some reason. This is what it is. And what you see all the way to the left is how they use the fake white car to do whatever they're doing there. That is the fake white car that is sitting on the fake track, and that's what they do. I showed that earlier. It's just, I showed you that. That these kids actually are put in one of those things. That is someone, you guys, you understand, sitting in the thing with the wheel, and they have their A on them. That is the whole situation that goes put in the water. This whole entire situation is what gets placed in the water. This is a room, some sort. You could see it. It's all here. See the other people, other kids in the wheelchair? Right there. It's the whole situation. At her vigil, that little bag that we always saw at Don's door is at the vigil, you guys. It's attached to that tree. That's the bag. That bag was something major that they just totally didn't discuss. Here. This is very important to look at, you guys. This is one of the first prayer circles that they did online. I don't like the fact that they have Summer Moon Wells' eyeballs here. This is their first prayer vigil. This is Summer Moon in the background, in the dark area. This comes from J is for Justice. So if J is for Justice ever hears this, you should look at You have the best video. Your video shows the story. And this is Summer Moon Wells' eyeball. And this is. And this is. These are the eyeballs that I have a video of her going through an eyeball sacrifice. And if you look all the way down, I found that because it's in the smallest of the smallest frame. I am comparing apples to apples with Summer Moon Wells' prayer circle video to the Idaho 4's video. They have the same information in each other's video. What this guy did wrong for the Idaho 4 video that I think he's pretty precise. It's that he used the frame of the phones the same way Summer Moon Wells's case did. So when he uses the frame of the phones, let me show you what I mean. He cuts off information the same way Summer Moon Wells's is like cut off, like in her car or in this room. These guys here, these two fellas, use the same system. So here is the guy's footage from the Idaho 4. The problem is, for them, is that this line here actually is like separating, like it's like this is a phone. This is just like Summer Moon's car photo that's taken from a phone, okay? So the guys that do the vigil do the same thing. They're creating the same thing as this guy did for the Idaho 4. They're looking inside a phone of a phone. What this guy is doing to his eyeball is exactly the same thing they're doing to the eyeball in Summer Moon's video, with the same bars in the same location. So when you know what you're looking for and what you're looking at, it's a problem for the people that are using these cookie cutter information, because one day someone is going to be like, what is going on over at that channel? I need to figure out what she's talking about. And they are going to be able to put it together. Meaning, here's the eyeball over here with the machine in it. Here's your eyeball over here with the machine in it. It lines up. Lines up. Summer Moon Wells, I found her little pouch. That's what was under the house. All of these pouches are the same. You've got Summer Moon's pouch right here. You have KIELYRODNI's pouch. You have the Idaho 4 pouch. And another one. They're all here. And they're all the same element. And they each have one. This situation with the A and the face is the same. It's the same element. It's just placed in a different part of the process. This here that you see hanging on the tree, it's just information in pieces of the sacrifice that consistently move. It goes from the water to the tree to the boat to the this to the that. So when I say that this here is on an A, the A is upside down. These are all the A's. All the shit's on it that's hanging. This is what's in the guy's photo in his video that I tried to bring to that lady's attention. Now, all of these pictures here have the same information on the neck, and this here is what I'm consistently showing you that's on Benny's neck all the time. Let me cut it out. But what you see here on the neck is that bottom of that box. It's the bottom, it's the bar. You see that? This is no different than what the guy from the Idaho 4 video is showing you. He is in the same freaking thing. Watch. That thing on his neck is the same thing he has on his neck. They're in the same situation, you guys. He is just talking and no one's looking at the video. He's surrounded by the same freaking information. This is just continuously going to change. I think it's summer. I'm put this in here because everyone's going to see something different. But when I see a photo that looks like this, it's like almost like 3D imaging. I pull it to the side because it's like this part of what they're doing. It's like a 3D image. Shouldn't be there on a regular video, but it is. So I hold on to it. What you see to the left is actually from Summer Moon's Vigil. What you see to the right is from Don Wells's video. I think it's actually Benny and Don's video. And what is under her arm in the left-hand side is the same thing that's on the bench. No different. This, to me, represents summer. This, to me, could just easily be Summer's head. Because this is what they do to him, you guys. I don't know how else to tell you this, but this here, what's under her arm. Now remember, this is coming from their prayer story, their prayer circle. This is Summer, because this is her head. It's just like what's over here in Don's house. It's the same thing. It's in a box. It's a head on a platter. It's a head on a box. That is this. This is Summer. And what's over on the right-hand side comes from Don's video. And that guy's wearing something on his face. To the right is from the Idaho 4 videos. It's To the left is Summer's vigil. Summer's prayer circle. It might as well be from the same thing, but it's not. It's from two different states and two different cases. That is Summer's box being held in the middle of her vigil, and Robin has her like freaking imposed on the bottom or something. Look at this picture, you guys. I need you to understand that this is at her vigil. And it's not being talked about. And this here is very clear. This is Summer. That's her cylinder. That's her maroon, white, green box. And that's Summer. I don't have to repeat that this is for entertainment purposes. But let me tell you something. This is not going to be talked about, and that little girl on the bottom of that video there is her. I'm taking a photo of it. Now, this photo to the left, you guys, is from the California murder from the FedEx guy. You would think that that's Summer, right? This here, this is the sheriff. This is the Nevada. This is the little girl from Nevada. I think Nevada? In California. There's no difference from what you see here than what you see with Summer. So I took this and put it together. That's the California cop, I believe. So what you see to the right are those boxes that get put in the water and brought across the water. To me, that's what you're seeing to the left is what gets put in there. You've got your green, white, maroon box. This is exactly what KIELYRODNI looked at like. She wound up on these boxes and they took her away. It's a grouping. There's no, these boxes are the most common elements. I show them in Checka TV's freaking closet. It's, hey, let's see. Catch TV. Well, I don't know why I called him Catch TV. That's so funny. So this is in Check It TV's closet that I said those are the elements. Do you understand that this is in Check It TV's closet? Do you know that they're identical? Do you guys see that? Like, where is it and when is it going to be that someone is going to say something or something's going to be done? That's what KIELYRODNI was standing on. She was standing on those boxes when they put her video out. Those are her boxes. They're the maroon, the white. She was standing on them. I mean, something will give one of these days, and hopefully soon, because these boxes are found throughout all the cases that we discussed here. They're the green, even the ones in the car. So even the ones in the car, even though they look like this, they're still white, maroon, green. I mean, it's the same thing. This is KIELYRODNI's car. And it's just not talked about. It isn't. So the day will come where someone will, that's in the, either in authorities or here's Kylie's car. Here's her A. Let me brighten it up. Every case has the same information. So I'm just showing this to you because I happen to just come by it. So this is Check It TV's. Here's Kylie's car with the A in it, in the trunk. You can kind of see it back there, but it's the A. That's what that is. That's Summer. This is what's happening to these guys' vigil or prayer, whatever it is they're doing online. I don't get it. But right behind him is Summer's freaking boxes. And it just, it's not being put together. This right here is Summer's whole entire grouping. Behind this guy are the same boxes. And this sits behind them in every video that they do. This is that. You see that? They're the same. Here's his eyeball. The picture to the left is from Benny's video. I believe he shows the doorway that is in all these videos. MICHAELVAUGHAN, when I always say he's got that thing on his head. It's in the videos. Same element is throughout these videos. Above this guy's head is the same thing that could be found within the Idaho guy's video. So understand that nothing changes. Nothing. The face that you see right here is the exact same situation as you see here in the 4 murders that took place in Idaho, you guys. It's very serious information. Nobody seems to want to touch it. No one wants to touch it. This is serious shit, you guys. This is SUMMERWELLS. SUMMERWELLS, this group matches this. Do you see this picture in Summer Moon's Vigil? This photo and these photos are the same. These 3 photos are the same. When is someone going to recognize this and this gets turned in where it is looked at? Seriously. How long could it be going on? Really look at this, you guys, and think about it. Let me chop this. This here is supposed to be Candace at her daughter's prayer circle. Okay? Whatever they're trying to do and whatever they're trying to cover up isn't working anymore. These are all, look at the A. Look at the heads. This, you guys, this is from the Idaho 4, where they think they have the one person in jail. This goes all the way to Summer Moon Wells' story. If there's anyone out there that could get this to authorities and they listen, do it. This here is from the video from Sweetie Pie Lou. The video of that guy that's creepy. This middle one is from a prayer circle from the beginning of Summer Moon on that guy's channel. This here is from the Vigil. That's supposed to be Candace. But all of this shows up. These are all the same people. So when Summer Moon says she doesn't want to just see one person, the pick with the hanging A is that from Idaho 4 case. Yes. This is from that video. Look at all the heads in here. Look what's going on here. This is the same location. You guys, there's no difference. Look at the heads. There's no difference. And you've got all of these groups from all over the country working together. This is that guy from the Vigils from Summer. I don't know who he is. Want to know what he looks like? I'll show you in a second. This is Benny's pictures. He looks like Ryan Upchurch. Not saying it's Ryan Upchurch, but that's the guy from the Vigils, you guys. This is what's under his face. This is what's under the chubby guy's face. Do you understand? This dude here turns into that. That to me looks just like Ryan Upchurch. I'm not saying it's him, but how does that chubby guy that looks like that all of a sudden look like Ryan Upchurch? Why? Looks like his face is having a bad allergic reaction. Looks pretty better, much better than it did. No, want to know what his face is having? The same thing sticking out of it that Aaron Carter had. Aaron Carter had those same things sticking out of his face. Let's see. Here, elemental P. Maybe I put it under Carter. Yeah, here. So let's call him Ryan Upchurch. This is what he has the same shit. This is Aaron Carter. He went through the same thing. It's Aaron Carter. I don't know who this dude is, but it's not the chubby dude. So I don't know who this is, but he is holding all the telephones and all the paraphernalia. All of it. At the vigil. He looks like the old Benny. And to the right, I'm not going to mention where they came from because it doesn't matter. I don't want to mention their channel. But that's what shows on his phone. What shows on his phone is the kill zone. Sorry, but it's the same fucking thing. It's all the same. Oh yeah, I'm not going to stop. Same thing. These are the telephones. They have so many telephones going on, and they all have the same phone, and they think no one's watching. But let me tell you something. It looks really stupid when you go back to all of these prayer vigils, and everyone's phones are out, and their video. And then when you look in their phone, you see Summer Moon Wells' shit. You see the Panza face. You see this face. You see that face. It's right there. That's on the telephone at the vigil, right? There's Candace. That's on Robin's telephone. So again, this small little picture up on top in the middle, this one, is from the Idaho 4 guy from the phone. Idaho 4. These are Summer's Vigils. They're not looking too good. Because this chick over here to the left looks just like this chick to the left here looks just like KIELYRODNI did when they were putting her into the burner. That's what KIELYRODNI looked like when they were done with her. They stuck her in the burner. But that's Summer Moon. And the one all the way to the right, whatever she has on her neck is the same thing that shows up in the Idaho 4 video. All I gotta do, let's see, is crop it. You're gonna totally be like, what the hell? For all we know, this girl is one of the Idaho 4 girls. Because they just keep layering them and layering them, you see. This here it's the same thing that's what's up here. Exact same thing. These are the same elements. Exactly the same. The white A is trying to show up in this one. The white A is right there. And the green face is hanging. And there's the maroon one behind it. And God knows what's happening to Candace. I don't care. So these are the V's that show up. The one in the upper left-hand corner is Summer Moon Wells that was found in the water when they went to go get her trophies. I know it was. Those are summer moons that were found in the water. And these are the trophies that Arden Arbana Pepian tried so hard to find her daughters, and she couldn't find them, and that's all she wanted. She wanted to find them so she could take her daughter home. These are summers. These are summers. These are the Idaho 4s. That's the guy from the Vigil. He has fake skin on his head. And now the chubby guy turns into Jose. I mean, now he looks like Jose. Look. That's Jose. Right? Allegedly. It's not the chubby guy anymore. They need to find these people and figure out what the hell's going on. Because this is what's going to stop the killings. They're having a gay old time. This is what the machines look like down in some basement. This is real. This is a real thing, you guys. So what you see around this little boy's neck is what happened to MICHAELVAUGHAN. When I said that MICHAELVAUGHAN was not connected to a chair, he was connected to something like this. I'm like, something's around his neck. It's this. And if the authorities have any care to find this shit, they will ask where this came from. MICHAELVAUGHAN had this shit around his neck. I mean, he did. This was when he was attached to that blue chair. This thing. This thing. Here, wait, let me crop it. This here let me crop it. And then I showed this because I said this was, so this is real. Okay, I got it from a real video with real information. And first I was like, whoops. All right, let me duplicate this. Okay. So when I first showed this picture, I'm like, you guys, he's in a contraction. This is what I said he was in. This. Because that chair is not a chair. It's connected to his neck. See that? It's connected to him. This isn't a chair. So when I saw this, and I saw that it had the same, it was like the same shape. This is what he's connected to. See the same shape? It goes right down here. This is part of poor little monkey's neck. It's right here. That is right here. So now those who thought I was fucking crazy, take a look at it. Do you see that V around this guy's head? I have been showing this all night because it is around the guy's head that murdered the goddamn kids from Idaho. They all went through the same thing. Why is it that this isn't being talked about when this matches perfectly? What the fuck, right? You guys, I'm showing you a child that's connected to some electrical thing. His body's in a freaking box, and he has the same thing around his neck as the guy who's talking about the murders of Idaho 4. Look at the window. Even the window's the same. See? Even the window's the same. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is that, and that A thing stays with each freaking victim. And when I said on the channel, they was playing it and she stopped, she's like, oh, something's around his neck. I'm like, it's an element. I was treated so rudely, as if I told someone, oh, you suck. All I said is, it's an element. And then I'm like, I'm done, I'm out of here. Because I'm not going to take that shit. I'm not going to take that shit. This is the same thing that happened to everybody. So now what you're looking at on the left-hand side is the head in the box. I mean, it's the head in the box, you guys. It's this. It's all the same. You are looking at this. Whatever they do here happens in one location. They're all standing in front of the same door with the red and the white trim on it. You guys, they're standing in the same doorway. So whoever, this dude is taking a photo with the maroon and the white trim, has the same trimming as the guy who knew about the killings. And if you recall, Candace and Don had the same door, red and white. This here, forget the color on the outside. That door there is the same door. You guys, it's the same people. And it's the same door over here. I think all these guys are the same. Like, they all look the same. This is the same door. See that? Same thing. And I don't know who this guy is, but I did a whole thing on them. But this is way too close for comfort. This guy looks like he has glasses on. See the phone? See the metal? See the metal piece? That's a major element in what I'm showing you guys. That metal piece is a big deal to show. That little metal piece is That little metal piece is a big deal. Here's the picture of that dude's face. He kind of looks like the guy that was arrested. And he looks like the guy that was arrested and the guy here in the video. Like, all these different, the faces obviously change, but this is what he looks like, and he's pretty much covered in all the elements. I don't even think I have a picture of that guy, Brian. Let me see. I think I threw them all away. Wait. I feel like I'm getting a cold. Seriously, just got over freaking flu. You know, and this is, I have pictures. This is what they do to them. So this is the machine that they're working with. And it all lines up to be this is the machine. It's all the same. And what you see in the left-hand side is what they use, and they're trying to tell you they're looking underground. They're not. They're watching the murder. They're watching the murder. Let me crop it in and make it brighter. This here is nothing more than what Adventures with Purpose was saying they were doing. That's what they're watching. And then it goes down into the well. Like they put this shit down in the water. It's not funny. And what you see to the left is another face coming out of the middle, but the information matches perfectly to the Idaho 4 video. What you see here is from SUMMERWELLS. What you see in the middle is the group that I could hand right to the authorities. And this is the Idaho 4. There's no fucking difference. Whoever is down the middle here is the real person that's not being covered up, because it's always in the middle. But if you see all the way to the right-hand side, like right here that I'm covering, that's someone completely different. That could be that Brian guy for all we know. But they're different people that are covering themselves up. So these are the phones that they're using, and they show, this is how they do it. They line it up. It's part of the equipment. Whatever he is holding up on the right-hand side is the same phone that they're using over in the left-hand side from the Idaho 4. See, so now here you could see this is from the Idaho 4's video. You could see the guy's logo there, and then you could see that this is him, right? This is his video. But they all use the same equipment. It lines it up, it has the faces on it, and it's just same thing. Over to the right, he's lining it up and he's holding the V in his hand. The V on the left is over the phone, but the V on the right is on the side of the phone. That's the only difference. It's the same equipment. Here, like if I were to turn it, let's see. Yeah, here. So if I were to turn the phone, which makes sense because if I were to turn the phone, then it matches up. See? Boom. Same fucking phone. Just same people. The phone is what creates the image. You guys, I know this equipment. I know the equipment. I had my people explain it to me. I've seen this shit. It's very easy. You create your own reality. This is what happens to the person the person in this video turns into a Summer Moon Wells. I don't know who this girl is. She completely changes and winds up with a freaking pole through her head. And this is supposed to be one person, but it's not. And it's up to the authorities to figure out who the fuck is in here. Like, who are they? It's not that redheaded dude is fake. He's fake. But they're in the room with the equipment I just showed you guys. They're in the room with it. He is in this room. The picture to the left is in the room, in this room. You understand? This is where it's happening. Where everything's allegedly, thank you, Rumple Longhair. Everything's for I always want to say let us entertain you. Everything is for entertainment purposes, right? Nothing's been proven. But everything on this dude's head, it matches Summer Moon. It matches completely. I don't know who these guys are. They have to figure that out. But they're all doing the same goddamn thing. They're all doing the same thing. With the same phones. Same equipment. Look at the bar across the top. Same bar across the top. Same bar. Same everything. That is Candace supposedly at her daughter's prayer vigil. And I could have so much fun lining her stuff up to what's going on the left-hand side. You have no idea. It's all the same stuff. They need to find out where that person is that did that video. Quickly. This is the Candace. This is the Vigil. Something's got to give, you guys. Because these photos are ridiculous. Look at the photo to the right. They're sad. These are sad. One more page. This is my last page. Wait, let me put some. Wait. Let me tell her. Last page. They could figure this out if they really wanted to. All they got to do is look. All they got to do is look. That's it. It's the chubby guy. You guys, this is the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children story, which includes all of the Idaho 4, KIELYRODNI, Quentin Simon, Michael Vaughn, Harvey Montgomery, Shremy McKinney, Lori Vallow's kids. A lot of them. And it's being ignored. And this is getting clearer and clearer. Clearer and clearer, you guys. I am going to end it. Oh my God, my throat needs some hot tea. And may justice come tomorrow or real soon. Because this is pretty obvious. I'm going to leave it on this one. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you to my new members, my subscribers, my current ones. Thank you for supporting the channel the way you do. And you have such patience with me. God bless you. Thank you. Thumbs up on your way out would be very, very appreciated. It makes a difference. And I will definitely be here tomorrow. Good night, y'all.